Igor, listen to me, this video is for you. If you are watching, it's still time to change what apparently, according to the papers, to the journalist, is the predicted starting 11. Please, Igor, don't forget also to put a maximum of like, to subscribe to the channel, and to listen carefully, because I don't like what I'm watching, what I'm seeing. I don't believe it. I can't believe it. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you're all doing well. It's match day. Serie A is back with match day 3. We start first at 3 p.m. with, I don't know who's playing, I believe Cagliari-Parma, who cares. Then it will be Juve at 6 p.m. against Inter, the big game, the Derby d'Italia. Tutto Sport is immediately writing attacco all'Inter, attacking Inter, which is a beautiful opening page. Juve in attacco, nessuno come te. Ferrara, Juve in attack, in the offensive role. None of the teams of Serie A are like you. You are a superpower. All beautiful, all great. The problem is that when we are looking at the squad list that I was waiting for before recording that video, well, we see that a lot of offensive players are missing. Conceição, Jegrova, if you want, also Milik. Even if we don't really count on him for this part of the season. Let's see what will happen in January, if he will go on loan or not. Miretti is not there. And even Cambiaso, that in a lot of games is an offensive threat. Who are we recuperating? Perin and Cabal. Welcome back, Juanito Cabal. I'm happy. I'm happy that he's there, even if I'm not counting on him at all. I will try to go towards the predicted lineup and tell you what is the risk, if it's true, to play with the idea that is actually there. I can't believe that what Giovanni Albanese, what Gazzetta dello Sport, what Tutto Sport, what Romeo Agresti, what all the journalists are saying, I don't really want to believe it, because that could be a huge big risk. So what is the predicted lineup? Di Gregor into the goal. We play with 3 men in defense. On the right side, Gatti, Bremer in the middle, on the left side, Kelly. As a right wing back, we insist on Kalulu with the duo Locatelli-Thuram, and on the left, Weston McKennie. Behind the striker, we have Koopmeiners, Yildiz, and then on top, Dusan Vlahovic. I have absolutely no problem to play Dusan Vlahovic. Welcome, great, fantastic. If he's the most informed striker, play him. He showed it, at least in terms of finishing skills. In the first game against Parma, in the second game against Genoa, if he continued the streak, I'm more than happy. Bravo, Dusan Vlahovic. Now, we must say that in terms of way of playing against Genoa, except of that fantastic goal that brings us the 3 points, again, grazie Dusan, he didn't play really well. Now, if we play like that, what is my major problem? Why I can't believe in it? Because not only there is Inter, there is also Dortmund. I don't believe that Igor is already thinking about the European clash, the opening game of Champions League, but it's true that we are still playing on Tuesday already against the German team. And if you play immediately with Locatelli, and Thuram, and Weston McKennie, and Koopmeiners with your 4 midfielders, knowing that Miretti is not even there, you have 0 subs in the midfield on the bench. And that could be a huge big risk, because in the 2 first games, what did we see? Koopmeiners always entering, subbing in a Locatelli. Why? Because Tudor is asking that intensity. He wants to keep that intensity really high. So I would be extremely surprised if we play with all of them simultaneously, especially with Weston McKennie is not even playing as a midfielder, because he would play totally on the left. I'm happy that it's not Joao Mario, because I didn't trust Joao Mario there on the left. He didn't play really well against Genoa. And Koopmeiners, that goes back to a role that has been more or less tested with Thiago Motta, a bit more up front, tested as well with Igor Tudor during the Club World Cup, and it didn't really work out. So 4 midfielders, I don't really believe that this will happen, because if we are looking at that 3-4-2-1, what can we see? That the idea, potentially, of Igor Tudor is playing as a specchio, in that mirror effect, from a 3-4-2-1, actually going towards a 3-5-2. That is the base formation of Inter, with Sommer into the goal, Akanji, that will be the first game of Akanji, newness of the team of Christian Chivu, Acerbi, Bastoni, Dumfries, Barella, Cianaloglu, Mkhitaryan, Carlos Augusto, that is winning the duel with Di Marco, and then up front, Lautaro and Thuram. So a 3-5-2 2, but what is the real danger here? The real danger is that actually if you play that 3-5-2 mirror effect against Inter, I believe that Inter is stronger than Juve. First of all, because we are not really used to play like that, and it's because Inter is playing like that since years, with Conte, with Inzaghi, and now with Christian Chivo, and not only they are used to play that way since years with 3 different coaches, but with exactly the same players, except of 1 or 2 players, or that just arrived, like Akanji, or that arrived already last year, like Carlos Augusto, knowing that in the midfield, with Barella, Çalhanoğlu, and Mkhitaryan, especially Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan, they are players that really loves to keep the ball. They have that ball possession, which they are stronger at in the midfield, that are midfielders with Locatelli, Koopmeiners, and Thuram. I don't see a Teun Koopmeiners really being a ball holder midfielder. He could possibly be, or when he is at the prime of his career, when he was playing at Atalanta, but not the version in Bianconero of Koopmeiners. Thuram is the one that is carrying the ball, that is running with the ball, not one that is keeping the ball, managing the ball. And Locatelli, we know it, after that first control, always looking or the long pass to change side, or going really, if in difficulty, in pressed to the one that is next to him. But we don't have ball holders, and that could be a first advantage for Inter if we play that 3-5-2, with the huge big risk that easily Dumfries and Carlos Augusto or Di Marco will push on the wings, actually asking McKennie and Kalulu to defend. So from a 3-man defense, we become easily a 5-man defense, with Yildiz that will try to give a bit of support on the left side, and actually leaving Dusan Vlahovic totally isolated. If we play that way, ragazzi, I'm not speaking about ball control, but in terms of being totally isolated, if Dusan Vlahovic is playing a bad game, it will not be because of him. I already anticipate you, it will not be because of him. It's because we play that mirror effect, isolating Dusan Vlahovic, because you are asking Kenan Yildiz to go and help on the left side, with Koopmeiners there tracking back. We could possibly have a huge big problem of being pressed, with Inter winning actually the duel of who's winning more ground on the field, and that could be a problem. I know that the idea of Tudor would be to keep that result if really the starting lineups are like that, which I'm not excluding any surprise, but if it is real, I can understand the idea of holding, to wait a bit and to actually put some energies in the second half, with Kostic on the left to keep that stability, with Joao Mario on the right to give a bit more push, a bit more boost on that right wing, entering Jonathan David and Openda to be a much more offensive side, especially if you have tired legs of Inter that played a lot in national team. Let's be honest, trying also to use the open spaces that could be left by a Bastoni, for example, there in defense, because we know that it's a player that loves to go up and actually be extremely a threat with that jolly, with that surprise that is Openda. So I can totally understand the idea of Tudor to play like that, but according to me, it's a danger. Now, I can't believe we play with these men with that way of playing, because that could be really a danger. With, again, Di Gregorio, Gatti, Bremer, Kelly, Kalulu, Locatelli, Thuram, McKennie, Koopmeiners, Yildiz, and Dusan Vlahovic. What I would propose to Igor, if he's still watching, if you are still watching, Igor, is to play with your system, the 3-4-2-1, with Di Gregorio, Kalulu instead of Gatti in a 3-man midfield, Bremer and Kelly. On the right side, play immediately with Joao Mario. Risk Joao Mario. Not that he's a fantastic defender, but at least he will actually ask Carlos Augusto to not go up too much. You put the pressure instead of inviting him. With Locatelli, Thuram in the middle, that's the duo that we are working with. With Kostic on the left. Is he my favorite player? No, but I believe that he is a real player of balance, of stability, one that can defend and can also go one-dimensionally, but can go and carry that ball on that left wing, and then playing with Koopmeiners, Yildiz, and if you want, Dusan Vlahovic, if you want to play with Jonathan David, if you want to play immediately already with Openda, why not? Even if Openda with open spaces, I would prefer him in the second half, with Koopmeiners that could possibly reinforce that midfield, playing that 3-5-2 in certain moments, but that 3-5-2 would be different because you don't play with Kalulu and Weston McKennie, you play with Joao Mario that is pushing, and actually if you need to track back, it's a 4-man defense, not a 5-man defense. That could be totally different. I know that it will be controversial because people, they don't enjoy Koopmeiners, because you don't enjoy Kostic. I can understand that, because you will tell me, what about Gatti? I understand all of that. But if you don't want to suffer, if you don't want to invite Inter, I think that's the way to play today. Now, they're saying Sorpresona Vlahovic. Is he really a surprise? According to me, no. And I would love that today he's decisive against Inter. I would love that he scores and that he brings us the 3 points. Let's see if he's also able to do what he did in the 2 games where he entered from the start. What about Lautaro Martinez? Let's see. It's a threat. I know that he doesn't score a lot when he's playing against Juve. Only 2 goals in 14 games in Serie A against Juve. But he's always a threat, so pay attention to him, and we know that they reinforce also their bench with Boni, etc., etc. The only pity, of course, and it's absolutely not an excuse, it's absolutely not a complaint, but we are playing Juve, Inter with a lot of absence for Juve, and that's our problem. But Cambiaso, Jegrova, there is a newness, Conceição, Miretti, yeah, it's a problem. I'm not even speaking about Milik, while on the other side, Inter, they have all the choices in the world because they can go for it. Who is risking the most today? If you're speaking about coaches, Gazzetta dello Sport is saying Kivu. It's too early. Honestly, it's way too early. If Juve do not win today, if they don't do a beautiful performance, if today we lose against the Nerazzurri, I can tell you that the days before Dortmund will not be pretty at all. A lot of conviction that Tudor is working on, well, they could totally get lost. So I think that both coaches, risk is a big word, but that they will not have beautiful days ahead of Champions League clash if they don't win today. So for me, equally, and in a way, it's too soon in the season. If you enjoyed that video, please put a maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe. We see each other for the pre-game, watch-along, and post-game of the Derby d'Italia. And hopefully Juventus can win today so that we have a fantastic, beautiful evening. Grazie, forza, Juve.